Going live, going live.
Going live. All right, how come
Oh, you're live?
How come I can't get both of us in there?
Howdy there, folks. If you can hear this audio, make sure and either comment or give me a thumbs up or something. We're trying out a whole bunch of new gear while traveling. I've never done it this way before, so hopefully it's working correctly. Welcome to the 250K subscriber giveaway live stream tonight. This episode or live stream is brought to you by Tuffy Security, and they make a whole bunch of different in-car security safes. So if you go to tuffyproducts.com, you can go ahead and check them out. Thank you to Tuffy Security Products. Anyways, if you have questions, make sure you ask them, and we'll try to get to them by the end or towards the end of this live stream. This was kind of impromptu. I'm out here in Oregon with Steve from Wyoming. He has a YouTube channel as well. And so go ahead and subscribe to him. We're going to talk about, I guess, salmon fishing, halibut fishing, fishing out here in Oregon in the ocean, as well as hunting or guns related questions.
Oh, my turn. Welcome, as Steven said. We're doing two lives. I'm going live on my channel. He's live on his channel. So we're just going to try to kill two birds with one stone. But welcome. We're both here in Oregon. This is Steven Bresnoff from Bullets for Bucks. Great YouTube channel. He hunts and he fishes. He does a lot of product reviews. So the product reviews are just awesome. So we're just going to talk about what he's been doing out here. He's been here for a week. He's going home tomorrow. We got out of the ocean for a few days, and we're going to talk about what we did and how we did it. We're going to talk about all sorts of different things, which we don't know. It's just kind of an live impromptu. So we're going to go from there.
Yeah. See how things go.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we are going to, so what you need to do if you want to enter the giveaway, you would have to go to Bullets for Bucks YouTube, unfortunately, but you'd have to hashtag Bullets for Bucks. That's the number 4, all one word, in a comment on this live stream for you to be able to win a Athlon Optics range finder. So go ahead, do that comment at the end of the live stream. I'll try to run an auto selector, and then we'll announce the winner. Anyways, so I've been out here, I guess we fished Monday, Tuesday, and, well, Monday, Wednesday, and then we crabbed on Tuesday.
Well, we still call it fishing.
Yeah, they call it fishing out here. I wasn't used to that. Hey, Justin Rodriguez, good to see you. If you can hear both of us clearly, just say you can hear us or something like that. I want to make sure we're being heard clearly on this microphone system.
Anything possible? Howdy, welcome in. I got to find out how I get the comments on here.
Just go to your live stream down there.
Oh, there it is down there. It just came up.
Yeah, you're just going to have to mute it so it doesn't echo over us. And then you'll be able to go see it. Good audio. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Duckley AI. Nice to see you. Yeah, so I had never... Go ahead and say something.
No, I'm just saying hello to Mr. Tully.
I went, so I flew over here into Eugene, and then Steve from, I say Steve from Wyoming every time because that's his YouTube channel name, picked me up, and we went over to, was it Newport area, and he took me out in his boat. The first day we got a whole bunch of black sea bass, which was really exciting. I'd never caught one. And it's so cool because they were in like pods finning, so they're actually coming a little bit out of the water. Their fin is, and all you do is have to cast like a swim bait, and you barely even have to do any work, and they bite like crazy. We limited out in less than an hour the first morning.
It was so fun. It was funny how that we came upon these fish too. We're going to go out and look for them is what it was. So we had about a 6 or 7 mile drive to get out there in the boat. And Stephen wanted to fly a drone. I said, hey, that'd be cool. Have a drone follow us in the ocean. So we're going out, 20 miles an hour in the ocean. Everything was great. He goes, well, let's stop right here so I can get the drone out. So he gets the drone out. He's up there. He's getting ready to fly this thing. And next thing we know, this big pot of fish comes up right around the boat. So the other guy, Jim and I, we're going like, oh, man, look at this. These fish are busting everywhere. He's dealing with the drone. He's going, oh my gosh, I want to fish, but the drone's up, and so anyway, he gets the drone figured out. I already caught a fish, got one in the boat, and then he gets the drone, and the drone is out, kind of looking down on us, and so it was really neat.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
I'm going to have a whole bunch of long form and short form videos. He will as well, coming out in the months to follow or weeks to follow on the fishing, and hopefully with that cool footage. It's kind of crazy trying to trying to land a drone on a boat is no fun in the wind, because we had the tide, we had wind,
And we had the roll,
and you're moving. And so it's like the trifecta. I mean, I was sweating. I probably had a heart attack. Now we went out crabbing the next day. Now what? Dungeness crabs.
Dungeness.
I'd never been Dungeness. I'll never get it right.
Think of the dungeon.
Dungeness crabs.
Like you're going back home to the dungeon.
Yeah. Compared to this place. And so it was kind of on, I'd say I was on my bucket list to crab. I never crabbed. I never really had fresh crab, only like cheap red lobster crab, which I, barely even authentic, And so we caught tons of crabs. The first 6 crab, what do they call them? Traps or pods or? Traps we pulled. We got, I think, 10 keepers. You can only keep males and they have to be of a certain length. And that was a lot of fun. And I got great drone footage that day. And it was so much easier because it was just like landing on land, essentially. It was way easier because there wasn't the tide and the waves and the wind, because we were in a bay, basically. But
hello, Bud Files. Welcome in. Barbie, welcome in.
Yeah, ask questions about hunting, guns, fishing. We'll get to them in just a little bit. This isn't going to be a super long live stream because it took about 45 minutes of me sweating trying to set this equipment up to even make this happen.
For him, not for me. Mine is real simple.
Yeah, he's just doing it from his cell phone. I had to have a laptop and a microphone system and all this. Well, he has one too, but it was interesting. We'll put it that way. Remember to hashtag Bullets for Bucks on Bullets for Bucks YouTube on this video, and at the end we'll draw for that Athlon Optics rangefinder, and it's a good rangefinder, and it'll be brand new, sent from Athlon Optics. So
yeah, and if you can split the screen at home, I know some people can do it, or just get it on 2 different channels, and you can subscribe to him and then also put in for the drawing.
And make sure that the people on Bullets for Bucks go to Steve from Wyoming's YouTube channel, subscribe to him. He has really good fishing content, some gun and hunting content as well. So then we fish for salmon, coho salmon. We caught, what we get 4 keepers.
4 keepers that
the first day.
The first day. Yeah, we have to go through, how many do we go through the first day? Maybe 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Most of you people out there know that we only can keep hatchery fish, so that means a native. And the way you tell if they're hatchery, there's a fin in the back, little bitty guy called the adipose fin. And if that's on there, what they do in the factory, they cut it off, and then it heals back up, and you can keep those. But if it's a natural native, which is kind of whatever, you have to throw them back. So we caught quite a few of those. We lost many, which is pretty common because you have to go barbless here. Yeah,
barbless hook, and so it was kind of hard keeping them on. But
thanks, Joey.
I caught my first from the boat coho ever, which was nice. I'd caught them, a silver is what they call them in Alaska, right? Is that correct? And I'd caught those in a river, but it's a little bit different because you're flossing them. So you're not really, I mean, you can catch them in the mouth occasionally when they bite it, but generally you're snagging them literally in the mouth. It's called flossing. It's legal in certain rivers in Alaska. But so that was a lot of fun. And then the next day was the crabbing, which to me was pretty fun. I liked it. It's
we pulled some crab. The first crab pot we pulled up, must have had at least 20 in there. They weren't all keepers, but when you pick these pots up, I mean, they're scrambling all over the place. Some are dropping out of the bottom, the smaller ones, and he's kind of hooping and hollering. And yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
it was.
He put me to work though, because his electric pulley or whatever was down, so I got to pull crab pots a lot of the day. But it wasn't too bad. It was fun. Yeah. Made it more authentic and feel more manly. But
that's why you wouldn't let me pull it.
Yeah, I didn't want you to take any of my glory.
I pulled a half a pot.
Yeah.
I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I was the captain.
Yeah. And how's the weather in Oregon? Well, to me, it's been perfect and beautiful. The water has been kind of rough, so we couldn't fish today. We couldn't fish yesterday, or I would have got, 5 days of fishing in, but we got 3, so we couldn't go after halibut. Now, the third day, I got my first ever lingcod, which was cool. We caught 2, but one was too short to keep. And then we limited out on coho, and I caught my biggest coho, probably even including the ones I flossed in Alaska. And then
hello, water cat.
Yeah, and then we limited out on sea bass again, which to me was like super fun. You just cast what?
No, he's commenting on the hoodie I have on.
Oh, cast a swim bait, and it's like they just suck it right in.
Yeah, we blasted them again on that day. We were catching so many, it was just after we had our limit, it's just like so much fun because you just cast out and you're real slow and then wham, they smash it. So we're just doing catch and release for, I don't know, 30 minutes, I
Yeah.
suppose. And finally we decided, well, I guess now it's time to go fish for something else.
Yeah. For some reason, it's saying that I only have one entry, which I think that's wrong. I might have to rerun this. Hopefully the giveaway auto selector works correctly. We've had, like I said, a couple technical difficulties, but if not, I'll make it right and we'll do it after, like immediately after. We'll run them through and we'll comment on this video. It'll be a pinned comment saying who the winner is. And then email me at bulletsforbucks@gmail.com and we'll get you taken care of. I want to make sure we do that right. But so lots and lots of fun. Yeah, the lingcod. It's weird though. It's got like this bluish green. Well, I don't know. It's blue.
They're not all that way, but there's
really?
some of them that are. Yeah, once in a while you'll catch the blue greenish ones.
Yeah, the meat was like a bluish, and then the mouth too. The lower jaw and inside it was kind of like a bluish color. It's really interesting and cool looking. The coho is real nice and pink, I guess, or orangish color.
Yeah, beautiful fish.
Yeah, good healthy fish. I ate some fresh salmon roe. That's always fun.
Well, one of my viewers is saying, I don't know how to enter. How do you enter?
So you'd have to go to Bullets for Bucks, and that's all one word with the number 4 on YouTube. Go to my channel. You'd have to watch the live stream. So you want to open a separate window and comment hashtag, the symbol hashtag bullets, the number 4 bucks, all one word, and then that's how you can enter for the Athlon Optics rangefinder.
Yeah, it's good to subscribe to them too at the same time.
Well, but
you have to. You have to.
Huh?
You have to.
You don't have to subscribe, but you should. I mean, it would be you'd be doing the right thing if you subscribed.
Exactly.
What sunglasses do you prefer when fishing in sunny weather?
Oh, see, I'm the cheap guy here. I'm the old guy. I go to Walmart and buy their Polaroid Bill Dance sunglasses, or who's the other one? There's a couple other ones, and they're $6 to $10. The reason why? Because I break them all the time and I lose them. So he's the one that gets the expensive sunglasses
for free.
For free.
I'll admit it.
And
yeah,
he won't give me them, but that's okay.
So
he says, I got a pile of them at home. Does he give me any? No, he doesn't give me one.
You got to ask to receive, Steve.
I know.
Anyways, these are not necessarily fishing glasses, but I really like these for shooting. I don't know that they're actually rated for shooting, but so, don't listen to me, but these are Holbrook. And they're Oakley Holbrooks. Really love the frames on them. I think sunglassesusa.com sells them. They did send me these for free. And they did send me the Oakley Split Shot, which are made specifically for fishing. I don't have them on. They have a wire with a polymer coating on them and a little rubber tab at the back. I will say this. If you're wearing anything other than a t-shirt or you're not wearing a shirt at all, they will bunch up and tend to curl over your ears because your clothes are going to push up that wire that holds them on, from falling down. And so, I mean, if you keep them down here, not so much. If you put them up here, for sure. I was actually going to take real split shot and maybe weigh down that wire, and I think it would actually help, but I haven't done that yet. But those were the optical quality was good on them, and they are polarized, the split shot from Oakley. So
see, Ottercat, that's the reason. See, he stepped on a brand new pair of Costas yesterday. I wouldn't tell my wife either. Just go buy another pair.
So I see we got more. Good to see you. Let's see, we got Craig.
Hit that thumbs up button, everybody, if you haven't done that also.
Craigery James, too.
Leave
Interesting.
a comment.
Gator. Oh, I'm getting out of your screen when I lean forward. Gator 13.
How many do you have on there right now?
15. That's
15.
Pretty average.
Yeah.
Normally I have more for a giveaway, but normally it's advertised and I put out a post on all my socials for like a week or days in advance. The only place this went was YouTube, and right before we started. So
okay. Well, anyway, back to our fishing adventure. We were let's see, where were we? We caught the 15 sea bass. Oh, then he on his bucket list was a lingcod. Yeah, they have to be 22 inches in length in order to keep. So we fished a couple places and we're getting hung up. So we decided to go someplace else. We caught the sea bass. He ends up dropping down within a couple minutes. He caught a nice 25 or 26 inch lingcod, which was perfect, beautiful, nice fish, perfect eating size. So we ended up doing that. And then it was 7:30 in the morning, I think. We got out there pretty much. We left in the dark just because the wind is going to blow in the afternoon. So anyway, we said, okay, let's go salmon fishing. Well, the salmon were about 7 miles south, and from where we were, they already 6 or 7 miles that we were out on the ocean. So we ended up going another 7 miles. We had been there on Monday, so we kind of knew the general area. So we got there, and there was probably 10 boats in that general area. So we dropped in, and boy, I think in 5 minutes he hooks up with one, and it was a keeper. And then he hooks up another one and a keeper, and probably 10 minutes after that. And then we would get strike after strike after strike, and they would hit it. They call them drive-bys. Boom, they'd hit it, and they'd knock your rod and take line, and then they come off. We have to use the barbless hook, so that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Hello, Scott. How you doing, buddy?
I'm just sharing this live stream a little bit. Sorry, folks. Just trying to get the word out there.
So anyway, we went through that day. We catch a lot of fish right to the boat, and then we'd lose them right at the boat. Or we'd catch a fish at the boat, and it was not a keeper, so we had to let it go right away. We tried not to net as many as we could because we didn't want to knock the scales off, because I heard it's bad. There's some infections on that if you do that too much. So, but it was good. When he finished the day out, we ended up with our 6 salmon, or 15 rockfish, and a lingcod. So it made for some really good eats for Stephen to take back to Wyoming. And I see Christopher's on here. He says, forget that. He goes, go halibut fishing. So we have a friend in Wyoming, Chris, and he wants us to bring some halibut back. Well, the ocean.
Believe me, I wanted to as well.
Yeah.
And Steve feels secretly a little bad, I think, but it was the weather. There's nothing you can do about it. The weather.
No, when you have 25-mile-an-hour winds out there, it's not a fun time. So we decided just to stay inshore and do what we could inshore. And it worked out fine. He caught a lot of fish and the crabbing part too. But the first day coming in, that wind came up in the afternoon, and it took us an hour and a half to go 15 miles. So do the math on that. Yeah. It was awful. Hi, Jessica.
Yeah, this has been I go on some of these trips, right, to Alaska or Florida. I've eaten the best I've ever eaten on a trip, and I've had the best accommodations. And overall, I've still had more success usually. I've gone on a gator hunting trip for a week and not even gotten a gator. I've gone fishing for like 5 days and not gotten a fish hardly. So the crabbing, especially, that was kind of a bucket list thing, and the lingcod was kind of a bucket list thing. So at least, check 2 checks off the old list there. So I'm pretty happy. We had deep fried sea bass that was really, really good that his wife made. Fresh. And then we had the crab, and the crab was amazing. We did a live stream, actually. You have to be a channel member on my channel to watch it now. It was a vertical live stream, and we just sat there eating it and talking. If you guys want to see that, just join. I think it's only like $2 a month or something like that. But yeah, it's been great, and we haven't had any rain the whole time I've been here. Really, it's been beautiful. We did sightseeing today and yesterday. I bought more candy than I almost ever have. It's pretty bad.
You did,
but they have some good candy here.
Yeah. So, well, it was fun. It was like when he first decided he wanted to come here, and I said, you got to come for at least 5 days of fishing. And he's like, wow, 5 whole days? And I said, yeah, but of those 5 days, you might only get one. You may not get any. I had a friend come all the way from Kansas, his wife and his 2 young sons, to come to go fishing. They were here for, I think, 6 days maybe. And we did get out one time. Went crabbing a few times, but that was about it. The wind blew, and it was the same time of year. Sometimes it's perfect, gorgeous, and then sometimes it gets awful.
Yeah.
But that's fishing. That's the Oregon coast. So
we got a comment on here. I have the same computer, the laptop. He sees my laptop. It's great. Well, in 2020, this is an old laptop. In 2020, apparently they did something with the drivers or software on this, and my webcam would not work, and that actually stressed me out about 30 minutes. I was getting worked up over it, trying to set up this live stream. So that's why I'm using my cell phone instead of the laptop. But for some reason, it just wouldn't work at all. But other than that, this has been a good laptop. Good to see you, Gun Snob, Mr. Tully 41.
Oh, he's looking at you too. Hopefully he'll join you.
Who?
Mr. Tully.
Oh,
he's one of my guys. Scottsdale sounds like a fish story. Yeah, Jessica, I still want to come razor clamming, or the cockles I can get right here locally. That's not that big a deal to me, but I'd like to get some razor clams or something like that.
Randy Kin says, look, I can highlight these. I should be highlighting them here. It says no KBs. What's KBs? Is he being silly? Cabbies.
Cabbies.
Cabbies. What's
No, we didn't
what's
catch any
cabbies?
cabbies. There's cabezone.
I don't even know what that is.
Some of you have seen their big, ugly fish. I mean, they got a head like that on them, and and they're 24 inches long. They weigh 5 pounds, and you get 1 pound of meat off of them. But the meat's really good. They also eat are crustaceans, I think. So they eat crabs, basically what they eat. Boy, they fight. They got these pectoral fins that are huge, and they just put these fins out, and it's like you're pulling up something really heavy, a sheet of plywood or something. I mean, they're tough to get up. But no, we didn't fish much on the bottom. That's probably why we didn't get any cabbies.
We really didn't spend hardly any time on the bottom. It was kind of bad too. The first run, all three of us snagged, and all three of us had snapped lines
on the
all
same
at
rock,
once on the same rock.
Yeah.
And then basically I caught my lingcod. I could tell he wanted salmon, and I was like, oh, well, I got my lingcod. So it's kind of like, let's just go salmon fishing, because we're snagging up on stuff, and it's kind of a little bit boring when you're bottom fishing. You just sit there. I mean, it's exciting when it's exciting, but in between,
like halibut fishing, same thing. You're just dragging a bait on the bottom.
It is peaceful and relaxing where you're at. Yeah, extremely. I mean, it's beautiful. The ocean's like 100 yards that way. You can hear the water. The weather's never gets super cold, never gets super hot. It seems like it's definitely paradise here. Oh, and oh my goodness, I'm forgetting about this.
You know what, Ottercat? I didn't try those jigs. Everything was kind of chaotic, and those fish that are on the surface, that would have been perfect for them. And like a dummy, I didn't do it. I was trying to help Steven mostly. We had another guy in the boat too, so I'm trying to get him fish, I guess.
We should have put this in the thumbnail or put this on the description. We have time.
They can't see it. Oh. We went and got some fresh oysters from the oyster farm.
Yeah. So yeah, I got these from the farm here. I've only had fresh oysters one other time. His wife's phenomenal. She set up this whole table with all the sauces and things on there. You can see that. So I'm gonna try this. I've never used this oyster knife, I guess is what you'd call it, and I don't even know how to do this. You might have to help me with this. This is rough.
Just try to find a spot.
Drive it in there and twist it.
Yep.
I'll probably cut myself here. Hopefully I don't.
I think there's a spot in there you're supposed to do it, but it's kind of there, like in there somewhere. He's gonna stab himself. He'll be in the hospital in a minute.
Well, I don't know. They might kick me off for saying stuff like that. We better be careful. Where's the top and bottom of this thing, man? Somebody in the comment section tell me what I'm doing wrong here, because this might be interesting.
I like to see him struggle.
Oh, you suck.
I can't eat oysters. I went to Louisiana about 10 years ago, my wife and I got food poisoning from the oysters, and it was the worst ever. So I can't eat oysters. And I've tried them 2 or 3 different times before, and every time I ate them, I got sick and vomited. So I'm not even gonna try it.
All right, Steve, where do I go? Come on, help me out. I go right in there. I'm gonna try this one because that one's sharp, but I don't want to. Just right in here, huh?
Yeah, you got to get tough with it. You can't be a wussy.
No. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Now you just crank her open.
Yeah. Just try to get to the other side. Open it.
Oh, you got to work around it.
Yeah.
This is literally the first time I've ever done this. Ever.
We're gonna have a lot of juice coming out, so make sure you keep it over your
over my crotch here.
There might be a little
there it is.
Down on there, so get that knife and kind of cut underneath that and loosen it up. You can use this one here, it doesn't matter. You
want to loosen it underneath? You just eat the whole thing though, huh?
Yeah, there's a little, there you go.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, eat all that stuff.
You're not teasing me right now.
No,
you're being serious.
No, I'm serious.
Okay. So we got fresh oyster. It's okay to eat a little of that, huh?
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. People are gonna be laughing at me so hard right now. I know it, but it's funny. So there's the oyster. I don't want to drip it on my laptop, and I just did. But here we go.
Wait, aren't you gonna put some hot sauce or something?
Should I?
I don't know. Eat it raw. Just eat it the way it is.
That,
we're gonna try some on the barbecue, and I thought, let's try it this way.
I'll put some sauce on there.
That's
just
Is it all? You sure it's loose on there, huh? It's gonna slide. I think it's still a little stuck. There you go.
I think it'll slide. We'll find out in a second. I'll need to change my shirt.
Ottercats.
This has got to be the funniest thing. I never thought in a million years I'd be doing this on live, and I wouldn't do this, but because normally I'm very structured about these. I feel interesting, and I'm not drunk, so.
That's like a big booger slurping it down.
Mm. Tastes good.
I'd like to have them, but I'm not even going to try it.
Wow, that is salty though. She said they'd be more salty
Really salty?
in the shell.
Well, you know, that was probably seawater that came out of it, so.
That's okay though.
Oh yeah.
If I die in the airport tomorrow, I better not say. We're gonna get our live stream canceled here if I keep saying words like that. All right, so 10 times cabanzos. What are you see that comment there? I can't hold my laptop now. Right here.
Cabazons fight 10 times harder than a ling.
Yeah, you can't even read it.
Lings taste better, but the fight the cabazon for the win. Well, that's the truth, Randy.
Yeah, he's the fisher. I mean, I love fishing. I grew up bass fishing, you know, carp fishing, even walleye fishing a little bit, you know, catfish, things like that. But mainly just largemouth bass. But I don't know anything really about saltwater fishing or saltwater fish.
You did good. You did okay. I mean, it was fun watching them catch those sea bass on the top and the surface. All you bass fishermen out there, like Ottercat, I know for sure that you like to catch bass, and it is fun. It's just the same as bass fishing if they're hitting a topwater lure. I got a buddy we go with. He actually uses like a pop-R on the top. You guys know that, and he pops it along and catches those sea bass on the top, just like a largemouth.
That'd be cool. I didn't think of that. That'd be really fun. Catch them with a popper.
Yeah, it is. And they bust it too. What they're eating is crab larvae. The crab spawned out, and they have all those little bitty larvae about this big, and it's floating out there just by the tons and tons, you know. So they're easy to catch when they're up there feeding on the top. Sometimes they're feeding on minnows and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's that
I'm squirting on you.
Time of year. Get to loosen it up.
I almost did too. This is only the second time I've ever eaten oysters. First time ever getting them out of the shell myself.
My wife Susie's in there. She doesn't.
The other time was at a restaurant.
So she's over there going. She's laughing.
Gonna vomit or
like
something. This is. Well.
Wow, Ottercat, that's awesome. Are you in Wyoming? It must have been Sheridan.
I think I ate the barnacles. Is that okay? I got some barnacle in me.
You got it all over your face, too.
Do I?
Yeah.
Barnacles?
Just chunks of stuff.
Just chunks of seaweed and poop, probably.
Chunks of things.
That was the first time I ever shelled a oyster. So anyways, let's get on with this. I'm gonna eat the rest off camera. That was rough.
That might be one of the first. I don't know.
I doubt it.
We ate, for those of you who didn't see it, we had a live 2 nights ago, or
yeah,
I don't know what it was. We cooked the crab right out in front of the house here and steamed them and got them out, and we ate a few on the live, and after about 2 or 3 of those, we said, okay, live's over. And we sat there for an hour and just picked and cracked crab and threw on the shells on the ground, and just, oh my gosh.
Well, you can get how many a piece?
12 a piece.
12 a piece, and we got
16
total.
And so we had the first night. Well, we ate those out there. I don't know how many we ate, but then we also came in and have like crab louis with salad and chunk crab on top of it with garlic bread. And I don't know, man, it was really good. Then the last night we had the T-bone or ribeyes last night, kind of varied off of it. And we had
crab cakes
one
night.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
This will be the third night we have crab tonight.
Yeah,
we'll have crab 3 nights off of one trip. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So we're having just regular, chunks of crab with the salad again tonight. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So we got, let's see, it looks, okay, then we want to do inshore, not the way out. I'm not sure who he's referring. For distance, would you prefer H-bar? Bill Smith? I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Barbie, we got him in Yakuna Bay. They raise the oysters right there in Yakuna Bay.
Okay, Bill Smith's asking a gun question. I know that's most of my viewership, really. Vanguard 2 or 1500 standard for 1600-ish. So I'm assuming you're saying the Howa 1500 Hogue, which is the polymer stock. That's probably because they have a whole bunch of Howa models. Really, it's the Howa 1500 Action, but there's Howa HS Precision, Orcs, and then TSPX, and the list goes on. Or TSP. So there's a whole bunch of different ones out there. If you're going the Hogue versus Vanguard 2, it's the exact same barreled action essentially. Sometimes Weatherby with the Vanguards will offer some like fluting of the barrel, or a smaller contour barrel, or a shorter barrel, or but they basically are the same barreled action and trigger. It's all exactly the same essentially, and they're just putting it in the S2 synthetic stock and the Hogue. So I actually think the Hogue is probably a slightly better stock. But it depends also on which Vanguard. I think you're saying Vanguard 2, so I'm going to assume it's the synthetic, because usually it's the Vanguard 2 synthetic. But basically, you're getting the same rifle. So it's kind of like, which one do you like the look of, or maybe the barrel's a different contour or something like that. They're both good guns. They're both made in Japan. It's really pronounced Hoa, but in the United States, everybody says Howa, including myself.
Hello, Weed Hopper. Welcome in. We're talking about fishing, guns, hunting. So Stephen and I both drew an elk tag for an area up in the Bighorn Mountains for starts September 1st. So we're getting excited. We've been talking about that. It's an archery hunt. I've got a real nice Matthews compound bow, but after all those years of fishing, my shoulder is just getting tough, and I'm having a hard time pulling that. So I think I'm going to go with a crossbow, and I've been looking at a 10-point. They have one called the Titan 400. Shoots about 405 feet per second. That one has an AccuDraw, I believe it does, where you just kind of crank it up instead of pulling it, which I don't know if that's any easier or not, but at least you won't forget your drawstring. So we can eat some more.
I was going to try one more with some Tabasco. But man, that one was hard. There's a little tiny one. What the heck is up with that? That thing's tiny.
She said they were small.
Yeah, just like me. Let's see.
So anyway, what's the other name of that bow that you have?
Killer Instinct.
Oh, Killer Instinct. Yeah. So
we'll see what happens with them. We might get a Killer Instinct crossbow and try it out, or he might. We'll see what happens.
I actually had a 10-point that I bought. It wasn't cheap. It was $850, and I got a bag here. I'm in Wyoming, so none of my stuff is here. So I had to get a bag that'll take that, and I ended up shooting it. Probably I had a hard time getting it sighted in. The scopes wasn't the best on it. It was a 10-point scope, so I finally got it, and then it had an AccuDraw also, and the AccuDraw failed, and then all of a sudden the bow I was doing well. 20 yards, it was like this real easily. 30 yards, I was a little bit bigger than that. Then all of a sudden, boom, it started throwing arrows everywhere. And, spend that kind of money on a bow, I don't want to send it back in for repairs. I just send it back in. So now I've got still a month and a half to practice with it, which I think is plenty of time. Even a rifle, a month and a half is fine. Hey, Reef, welcome in. Did you notice the sweatshirt I had on? Otter Cat told me to go like this. Pray that you don't come on the live. No, just kidding. But Earl, we've been fishing for 3 days. Monday we went for rockfish and salmon and limit out and rockfish and got 4 salmon. Went crabbing yesterday. Got 16 crab in a couple hours. Wind came up, we came home. And then we went out yesterday? No. Day before yesterday. Went out and they're all on topwater too, all the rockfish. So we got 15 rockfish, 1 lingcod, and we kept 6 salmon. We had to go all the way down to Waldport to get them though.
Yep, it's been a good time. Now I'm eating some oysters still. But man, this one didn't go so well. I think I'm gonna eat some of the shell too.
That kind of happens when you eat oysters though.
I forget.
Are you chewing them at all? Or are you just slurping them down like a Labrador Retriever?
Oh God, I'm slurping them down.
Heidi and Joe, welcome in, guys. Haven't talked to you guys for a while. You guys are in California or something? Lake Calaveras. I'm not sure where that is. Maybe that's in Oregon.
That was a piece of shell.
The incoming tide was definitely the best. Or once the tide changed over, it went down. Plus, not only the incoming tide, you don't have as much seaweed. It was brutal. I mean, it was brutal. Huh? I mean, we're talking chunks of seaweed on the baskets like this. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The one that was there was one by the buoy or whatever that just got tons of seaweed. It felt like it had 100 pounds of seaweed on it trying to reel it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was in a hurry. I don't think they're a Vanguard 2 anymore. There could be a Vanguard Wilderness. Vanguard Wilderness is a lot better. It has a fiberglass reinforced resin stock. Bill, now let's see here. Did you get those oysters in the tarts? Netarts. What does all that mean? You know what that?
Netarts is a beach.
Oh, is it? I didn't even know that. Okay.
No, I think I told her already. We got them at the Yaquina Bay oyster farm. Now we couldn't get the meat anything bigger than these are petites. We couldn't because they don't grow those here. They're still fresh, but because they're in the warm water of the Yaquina Bay or the Yaquina River, you can't eat them like that. You have to cook them, and he wanted to eat some raw. So
yeah,
that's why he had to get this.
Yeah, I didn't want nothing cooked. I want it nice and raw, right in my mouth. Anyways, so I got Aaron Cooley. I'm thinking of getting a Seekins Element in 28 Nosler for my Arizona elk hunt. Typically, shots are 500 to 700 yards. Wow, that's pretty far for game. Is the Seekins rifle at 28 Nosler ammo worth the price? Well, Seekins is one of my top 3 recommended bolt-action rifle brands right now. So basically, my top 3 recommends are like,
hello, Jake,
Sacco, Seekins, and basically Howa are probably my top 3. So Seekins is a great rifle. 500 to 700 yards. You better be practicing a lot. That's a long ways on a live game animal.
So what kind of bullet can you use at that? And what kind of speed and energy do you have? I think that you probably really need to look at. I'm sure you might have done that already.
Yeah, 28 Nosler is a good cartridge. I actually don't know a ton about it. I use 300 PRC a lot for elk. I'm sure the cartridge is capable of it, ballistically speaking, from my understanding. Make sure you got a good bullet, maybe a Nosler, Accubon, or Partition or something. Do your research. But
hello, Randy.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a great setup. The Element, the Seekins Element's a great rifle, so I'd say, yeah, go for it.
So, Jake, on Hitch by Hitch, that's what's going on here. We're talking about fishing. We're talking about hunting. For all of you that don't know, this is Steven from Bullets for Bucks. It's bullets for bucks, not the number 4. And he's got a live giving going on right now. He's got 250,000 subscriber giveaway. He's a big time guy.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he's a superstar. And anyway, he's giving something away. If you go to his live, he's live and simultaneously with me. And you can put in for a
really nice brand new Athlon Optics rangefinder. So you'll get yourself a good rangefinder for, hunting this fall essentially, or shooting long range. It'll range out to a mile, so no problems with that.
But you go to his channel, come up on his live. You don't have to subscribe, but it'd be great if you did.
Yeah.
And then write
hashtag bullets, the number $4. So bullets $4.
No
spaces,
none of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving anything away except my good looks.
Yeah.
There was a live the other night there was some gal on this. Oh, I like the guy who had a black hat on. I like the guy in the black hat. Will he marry me? I told my wife that. She said, yeah, go ahead.
Vortex so Justin Rodriguez, you're asking me.
Oh, do we have a link? Let me see.
If you go youtube.com/bullets for bucks,
or just do hashtag,
will come right to me. I think you can do an @ symbol in your chat. Uh-oh, what are you doing? If you chat at bullets for bucks, I was
just doing that.
Oh, I think it was putting you somewhere else.
Oh,
there you go. Vortex or Leopold for hunting. Oh man. Both are really good. Both have really good offerings.
Don't blame her.
So do you say Leopold or Leopold?
I say loophole.
You say Leupold?
Loophole.
So you say it a little bit different. Anyways, Leupold has mostly first focal plane offerings below, I think, $800 or $1,000 in most of their scopes that are good for hunting. Or did I say second focal plane scopes? Man, I'm out of it. So Leupold has mostly second focal plane scopes.
Thanks, OtterCat.
For hunting, if they're under $1,000, and they're VX5 HD. I love the scope. I love the turrets. I love everything about it. I love the weight, the form factor, great glass. It's a great hunting scope. But if you want first focal plane, you probably would go towards Vortex because they have more first focal plane offerings in the similar price ranges. My favorite hunting scope right now is a Vortex Razor LHT 4.5 to 22 scope. I also have the LHT 3 to 15, and I like both of those very, very much. The one downside to them is the magnification ring tends to be kind of slim, harder to grab, and a little bit stiffer. But both companies make great scopes. It's going to be up to you. I will say this, Tract Optics, it's out of Canada. It's all Japanese made though. Offers fantastic scopes, as well as Athlon Optics. In fact, Athlon Optics is sponsoring the giveaway today, and you can get Athlon Optics at 10 to 20% off using promo code bullets4bucks at bulletsforbucks.com/shop. I'm actually a distributor. I sell them, and they have some great options as well, and they are coming out with some better options for Western hunters here, hopefully by the end of the year as well. But they make, you have the Athlon Aries BTR Gen 2, 3 to 18. Is it 3 to 18? I'm trying to forget. I think it's 3 to 18.
No,
3 to 15. And that's a good scope as well, just a touch heavier maybe than the Vortex, but a very, very good hunting scope.
I put that on my 300 Win Mag, and I love it. You know, the glass is pretty darn good, and it's made in China, but I thought I'd try it. He got me a really good deal on it, so I thought, yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, and the top end Athlon Optics are Japanese. The Cronus line is Japanese. Everything below is Chinese. But truth be told, most brands, at least some of their components, are Chinese. Unfortunately, Vortex, obviously, most of their stuff under 1,000, or I think all their stuff under 1,000 is Japanese, or excuse me, Chinese or Philippines.
Are Philippines, are these comparable to China? Are they a little bit better, closer to Japan, or?
A general statement would be that they're probably between China and Japan. But truth be told, and it might make me look bad, is China actually has some good scopes coming out now, some really good stuff. So
that's good to hear.
It's what matters probably even more is the company in the United States or Canada that brand, uses their brand, sells them. It's their scope, even though they're really made overseas. Most scopes are made in the same 4 or 5 factories in the world, almost all of them. But say Athlon Optics and Element and a couple other companies have them all made by the same person in China or some others. Some companies are better about not only their warranty, but about quality control. And maybe they give them the designs, or they really oversee things better. They pay more attention to detail. So that's important. If they do a really good QC and they really hold the company or the manufacturer to a high standard, and they make sure they're sending out a good product in the United States, then they're probably sending out a good product, maybe regardless to some degree of the other stuff the manufacturer may be producing in China. But I would say Tract Optics is a good choice as well, because they're all Japanese, except for their lowest end is, I believe, Philippines as well. I think their lowest end is Philippines, but almost all Japanese.
So if you guys want people to watch mine, I'm sure that your audience knows you, but Stephen hunts, does some fishing. He does product reviews. I mean, I think he's one of the best product review guy. I mean, he's got so many guns. He'll actually buy a gun just to review it, So he's got, we got 2 gun safes. How many you got? 6 or 7? He's got a pile of them.
Yeah, we won't say on live. Yeah, I forget. I don't know, actually, though. But, and I do, everybody thinks I get everything for free. I don't. I did this channel at a loss for like the first 7 years, and I'm still, not, it's not my main income. We'll just put it that way. I buy a lot of stuff to try and give you guys good reviews.
Yeah, but he has 250,000 subscribers, as you guys know. That's why he's giving away.
Well, I don't know if we're quite there yet, but we'll be there by tomorrow. We'll be there by tomorrow.
He's not like me. If I get 5 in a week, I'm going, yeah, there we go.
He's got better fishing content in my opinion. He's got really good high quality fishing content. One great thing about my channel is you're going to see a big change. Hopefully it's a good change in the next couple months. I'm going to have videos coming out that are going to be long form, that are going to kind of blow people's mind. They're going to be really high quality editing, more camera angles. It should be really, really good stuff. So watch more of my long form. I get too many short form views in a way and not enough long form views. And there's no money in short form, to be frank. But anyways,
all it does is build subscribers.
Yeah, your brand awareness, but it doesn't really build. But I do this as a labor of love. Like I said, I've lost way more than I've ever gained in financially. Now I've gained a lot of, I've gained friendships, I've gained experiences, and that's been the why I do it really.
That's why we all do it.
Cody Owens asked, do you have any thoughts on the Bergara Premier Divide? So I did a short on it, I think at SHOT Show. I'm not sure if it's still on my channel. Looks really good, feels good. Bergara, I've been steering people away from them because of quality control issues over the last 3 years. It's like you either get a super accurate rifle or you get a total lemon. And when they're really good, when they're good, they're really good. When they're bad, they're not. They're obviously very bad. So it's probably a really good rifle. Aesthetics and fit, feel, and finish, excellent. But be aware that there are some lemons out there from Bergara. I'm not sure if that particular model per se, but I've had, I don't know, 3 or 4 Bergaras, and basically all but one had some sort of issue to a degree.
I've got the B14 Hunter,
which has been great,
which is awesome. I mean, 1/4 inch at 100 yards, pretty consistent.
Yeah, he got a really good one. I have 2. One's not too bad. One's really good. The other ones I got rid of. What's your EDC? Everyday carry. Actually, this is gonna make me look kind of silly. I actually carry a Taurus 709 Slim, but I have a couple other pistols. I actually sometimes carry a Mossberg MC29 SE. Occasionally. I have been doing a bunch more pistol videos this year. They're not out yet, but it's been full frame, bigger, full-size pistols, not compact or subcompacts. They've been Shadow CZ, or the CZ Shadow S2, the Staccato 2011P. I got a video coming out soon on that. I've been having fun shooting those, but I don't really carry those all the time because they are pretty heavy. Now, when I'm out in bear country or hunting, I carry a Glock Model 22, which is a 40 caliber, and it's just I have a Gen 3 and a Gen 4. It's kind of my beater guns, but.
Let me go. Randy Kent says, where are you from? From Wyoming. The grandmother is born in Wyoming and grandfather is from South Dakota. I live in Sheridan, Wyoming. Stephen lives in Manchester, Wyoming.
Right by Sheridan, though.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. Thanks, Hitch. Okay, this guy says, what do you think about the Howa 1500?
Who is it? Who is asking?
Jake from Hitch by Hitch.
Oh, Hitch by Hitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's for a gun under $1,000. It's still one of my top recommended. Now, the new Ruger American Gen 2, I do have videos that are going to be coming out. It's almost all amazing. There's one or two little things that might, kind of put it behind, in my opinion, the Howa 1500. But the problem is, people say Howa 1500. There's many different versions of the Howa 1500, like different stocks. I mean, they come, Oryx chassis, the HS Precision. The Howa HS Precision, as of right now, is probably my #1 recommend for something under $1,000 in the bolt action space. The CVA Cascade, made by Bergara, but for some reason I've had better luck with those. I also kind of recommend. And the Ruger American Gen 2 would probably be like the lower end that I would recommend. So probably go Ruger American Gen 2, CVA Cascade, and the Howa HS Precision. That's kind of how I'd rank those, with the latter being top. Hopefully that made sense. But
hello, John from Smallwater Charters. Welcome in, my friend. I haven't seen him in a long time. What happened to your lives, John? I sure miss those every Friday night. I had to take your spot. Oh, just kidding. I'll never do that. He's a great guy. He's fun. I fished with him in Florida.
Oh,
Went down there
really?
and took us crappie fishing. Him and his wife Linda. Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
great time
I
down
might
there.
try to go down to Florida in January, February again and try to do some fishing and maybe some shooting. Aries training facility in Florida. As you may have seen on my channel anyway, I plastered out there like, oh my goodness, I don't know, 30 shorts of all kinds of exciting firearms. We'll put it that way. YouTube probably, infringe on my rights if I say more, but
Understandable.
shooting all kinds of fun things. And those were they were all rentals. Now, some other videos in there are my guns, but those were all rentals from Aries Training Facility. Really cool place. You can rent all kinds of World War II, World War One, everything in
He shot some
between.
machine guns out there.
Yeah, you can have a
Pretty cool.
lot of fun renting those guns out there. So shout out to Aries Training Facility for having me do that. It wasn't free though, so people are gonna be, oh yeah, no, but it was fun.
Got a charter today. Are those crappie or bass, John?
I have a
It says he has a 300 WM. I love it. 1,000 yards all day. Wow, really?
What do you say?
He has a CVA 300.
Cascade. Well, that's probably what it is.
I don't know. So
CVA is, and then it's Cascade's the model. So 300 Win Mag. I love 300 Win Mag. Yeah, those are usually really good. And I don't know why CVA Cascade I feel like has had less lemons, even though they're both owned by Bergara. But CVA Cascade brand is owned by them. Maybe they have separate QC facility, or maybe they are maybe they're making their barrels in a different facility. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but because they're the cheaper, basically CVA Cascade is a cheaper version of Bergara. Essentially, it's like their B brand, so to speak.
But is it made by Bergara then?
Yeah.
Oh.
But CVA Cascade, or CVA, also makes really, really nice muzzle loaders and stuff like that as well. I have one of their muzzle loading pistols. I was going to use it for bear this year. It didn't work out. I might use it for a whitetail or something this fall. And they also I have one of their regular muzzle loaders as well.
Welcome in, Josh.
Remember to hashtag bullets$4 for a chance to enter and win a Athlon Optics rangefinder at the end of this live stream. Thank you to Athlon Optics for sponsoring that giveaway. I appreciate it. And they make great quality stuff. Go to bullets4bucks.com/shop and use promo code bullets4bucks to get about 10 or 20% off depending on the day. And I try to beat Amazon's pricing, truly. So I sell Athlon Optics stuff and I also have my videos on there for each optic that I've reviewed, so you can watch the actual review of me testing that exact same optic.
That's what's great about his channel. I mean, if you're thinking of buying something, just search on his channel. It'll all these videos will come up with that. And he does really, he'll do anything from microphones to the rangefinders to optics, any kind of optics there is, guns, of course. Go check his channel out. And again, for you that came in late here, he's giving away a Athlon
Optics rangefinder.
Go at bullets$4 and put hashtag bullets$4 on there. For
a 1 mile rangefinder too.
Oh, so, 1 mile.
Yeah.
Can I get in on that?
Well, it'd be kind of improper for you to at this point.
Probably so. But Josh, you got to do it on his channel, not on my channel.
Oh, now we're confusing people.
Hello, hunting stuff.
I have a.
Oh. Yeah, he's live on another channel right now. I guess we forgot to tell you that.
You're confusing my people. I'm confusing your people.
Yeah, I know. We go back and forth. So we decided how we're going to do this. So we decided to get my guys in here.
Yeah. We're trying some weird stuff today. Normally, actually, now you can do wet live streams like this all on one interface, but he's trying out vertical, so that's why it's a separate live stream technically. But anyways, Forrest Ernest said, I have a 270 Win and a 300 WSM. If I were to get an all-around rifle for big game hunting that is threaded for an eventual suppressor, which rifle and cartridge would you recommend? I really need to know what budget you have, because that is a big deciding factor. Under $1,000, probably still the Howa HS Precision and 300 Win Mag. Above that, maybe a Sako S20 or a Seekins Havoc PH2 or Element, maybe something like that. I also like Fierce still. They have been having some customer service issues, is my understanding. So just be aware of that. But the one it's easier for me to say now what not to get. Don't get a Savage. You know, I'm going to take some hate for that. Probably don't get a Savage, and definitely don't get a Christensen. So
You got problems with Christensen, that's for sure.
I've had a lot of problems, and a lot of people have had a lot of problems. I love the people. I don't mean to bash on them. I'm not trying to hate on them, but I have to give you the truth and of my opinion, and it isn't my opinion, and I don't want to recommend them because I've heard and had too many issues. But yeah, 1500-ish. Yeah, the Sacco makes some good, and Seekins, I think both make a rifle up just around or under 1500. So I'd look at them. I actually also Howa has a stalker that's a carbon fiber wrapped barrel rifle, but I don't think they offer it in a cartridge that would be suitable. I think it's only in 6.5 and 308. But
what's new coming out besides the carbon fiber barrels? Anything? It seems like
well, they always reinvite.
Kind of getting a bad rap, you know.
Well, I
shot out.
yeah,
And
I have a whole bunch of them, and mine have all been fine, but I'm not competing with them, and so I'm not really using probably enough to wear them out or have delamination or anything like that. The Howa carbon fiber wrap barrels have been fantastic on their rifles. The Fierce has been fine. Everyone has been pretty much fine. You know, I don't really have complaints. But as far as like new stuff coming out, it's kind of like they always reinvent the wheel, kind of. I mean, I guess there was the big time when they came out with a carbon fiber wrap barrel, sort of on the mainstream. But you know, it's more like, you know, MDT's always, you know, dabbling with an electronic trigger. That's been kind of brought around for years, though, in a way.
I've seen some stuff on that.
That's really more for competition, though, than hunting, obviously. There's been companies that have come out with scopes that you can track a target, hold down the trigger when the dot in your aim point hits the appropriate point that you marked or the animal, it'll fire. But that company was super expensive and kind of went into, I think they basically almost, I don't want to say outlawed, some states outlawed the use of it, but it kind of went almost belly up. It was so expensive. And there were some other like safety concerns and things, is my understanding. Yeah, I don't know. The big thing right now is, it seems again, is ultralight hunting rifles. Again, how it came out with the Howa super light, but it's a 16.25 inch barrel. So you put a thread suppressor on it and it's still really short, and it weighs 4 pounds, 7 ounces. So it's like the lightest production rifle, I believe. And then
It's pretty light.
That's, yeah. I mean, there's some customs out there that probably beat it, but as far as a production rifle. And then trying to think, it seems like hunting rifles, it's go lighter and go shorter because suppressor usage seems to be becoming more mainstream, especially now that wait times are down.
Yeah, I applied for a suppressor before I came to Oregon here. It took 14 days, maybe it was 13 days. I haven't picked it up. The day that I left Wyoming to come to Oregon, my suppressor came in. But that's all it took. All the paperwork, everything, 14 days. The one I had before took 8, maybe 9 months that I had before. I got to answer a couple of these things guys are asking here.
Okay.
Barbie, do I like Oregon better than Wyoming? You know, they both have everything I want. Wyoming has not as much population, which I like that. I love to hunt. I love the outdoors. I love the simplicity. I love the politics there. So it has a lot. I love the fish. So I'm going to fish here. I'm going to fish here. I'm going to fish here. There's fishing in Wyoming, but not like here. Here, my wife loves the weather here. She doesn't like the heat. And right now it's 102 back in Wyoming. So it's good. Who's the other guy hunting the stuff says? This, if you just came in, this is Steven from Bullets $4. He's having a 250,000 subscriber giveaway for you guys that haven't applied to get it. He's going to give it away tonight. An Athlon. I'm going to let you say it.
Athlon Optics rangefinder.
Yeah.
It's
It'll go up to 1,000 yards. No,
yeah,
say
a mile.
A mile.
Yeah.
By Athlon. So you go to his channel, Bullets $4. I put his, just go at Bullet for Bucks. I put it up in here someplace in the chat. And go into there and put on his channel under his comments or under this live there. He's live right now. Put hashtag Bullets $4. Get a chance to win that. I don't know how many people you have on there right now.
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, on watching?
yeah,
15.
11. Oh, 15. So, I mean, you got a pretty darn good chance of getting on there. Like, I don't know what I got on here. There's 7 on mine right now. So,
Your odds are
22,
really good.
1 out of 22. That's if everybody puts in for it. So,
Yeah.
got to head out. All right, AutoCat, thanks for coming in. Good talking to you.
Yeah, so Forrest Ernest, what type of deer? Whitetail, black, or excuse me, whitetail or mule deer on that general muzzle loader deer tag? Oh man, what did you hunt deer too? He's asking for basically tips on finding deer in September 25th through October 3rd. They're not going to be rutting yet.
Shade,
in
water,
YouTube. I think it's been really dry
cover.
in north central Wyoming where I'm at. So, and I think it's been dry over there. Maybe I'm wrong. And we didn't have much snow, so probably water is a big one this year. But basically, you're not going to want to. You don't need to. They're not going to be rutting, so their priorities are probably going to be food and water. Still, not does. Once rut kicks in, then their priorities kind of change, and it turns to breeding does. So I don't know what I've actually never hunted Utah, but finding walk-in areas next to or walk-in areas or public land next to agricultural land tends to be really good with cover that borders that agricultural land. So the deer tend to go, from the cover and the like canyons or ditches, cuts in the topography, right, and they'll funnel right into agricultural land. So if you can either hunt that land or hunt where they funnel through, that's usually good. But I tend to do spot and stalk. I know you said muzzle loader, but I guess it depends on the muzzle loader. Some you can shoot really far. So, lots of glassing, get up high.
One thing I got to say, in Wyoming, we have a lot of rock bluffs and that kind of stuff. Like you said, look for shade and cover and stuff like that. It seems like those mule deer really like big rocks and areas to sit under a big rock. I was out one time with my nephew and I said there should be some deer up on this rock area, and it was a quarter-mile long, big boulders and stuff. We sat there for like an hour and a half and glassed back and forth over this thing. We're 500 yards away, glassed back and forth. Finally, I just saw a twitch and I looked. There was a nice big buck up there. We kept looking. There was 4 bucks that were there, and we've been there for an hour and a half. And so I think if you just take your time and just pick those rock areas where there's shade, where they can see and look down out, so in case they got to get out of there, that's where I've seen a lot of bucks.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in heavy timber, it's probably not going to work as well. But if you just like,
Wyoming, Utah is probably not heavy. I think that's like usually a third from the top or 2/3 up. I usually see them bedded in those shady areas. I could be a little off there. And then in the mornings, I tend to say make sure you can stalk from a position that's lower than the animal, because the thermals usually are going downhill. You don't want to be above an animal in the morning that you're going to hunt. So you can glass more across or up, and then the evenings it can be across, or you want to hunt down because the thermals. Well, it depends on what time, but generally the thermals are still going up until quite a bit later. So that's something to be aware of. But basically, glass, and yeah, watch your wind, your scent. You should be good. Open sight or 1x power scope. Yeah, that's a new law I think in Utah. I could be wrong. So you're gonna have to be in close for sure.
Wow.
But yeah, well, you can still get 100 yards if you practice. Use some shooting sticks or something. Shoot off your pack.
Yeah.
But got any more questions over there?
No, everybody's I think they're ready for.
Yeah, we're ready for the giveaway. Let's see. Let me see if this tool works here. Remember hashtag bullets for bucks to enter the giveaway. Hopefully this works, folks. I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna be able to screen share the ticker when it goes through and select somebody because we had a whole bunch of technical difficulties and I'm traveling. But we're gonna see here. We got 17 is all. So your odds are really good. Maybe I can show it. You got 17. 17. We're gonna go here. I'm gonna hit the draw. Okay, ready? Can't see myself. Okay, here it goes. Here comes the winner.
Did I win?
Nope. It's oh, we got Drew Scott. Drew Scott. Do you know that guy? Is he your fan or mine? I think he's been on mine. Drew Scott, congratulations. You are the winner of a brand new Athlon Optics rangefinder. So this is the important part, and I'll pin this, Drew Scott, the winner, and all this information in this live stream. You can watch it after or look at it after to make sure. But it's bulletsforbucks@gmail.com. Email me, and I'll get your address, and we'll send that right out to you. Hope you guys are enjoying today. I want to thank the sponsor of this live stream, not only Athlon Optics for the giveaway sponsorship, but Tuffy Security Products for also being a channel sponsor on this live stream.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I hope to see you. Maybe I'll do another live. This is the first one I've done in over a year, so except for the other day. Anyway, thanks. We're going to head out. Have a good day, everybody.
Yep.
God bless.
See ya. It's kind of funny. We had 23 people in the last second. It's like they all came at the last minute.